Hi, I'm Ruth Brown from Heavy Reading. Welcome to this conversation on building more sustainable and energy efficient networks. Today, I'm talking to Sibel Tombaz from Ericsson. And as the demand for mobile networks grows, we're going to discuss how meeting the network capacity needs for users and their services will increase energy usage and emissions unless we take action to mitigate against them. Sibel, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
So we're going to start our discussion just now by talking through the challenges. 5G consumes less power per unit of traffic than previous generations, which is fantastic. But overall, the network energy consumption is growing. How do we address this energy challenge?
Correct. I mean, it's definitely a clear reality that energy costs become a quite important part of today's reality and a big challenge for the CSPs. And based on GSMA, we indicate that CSPs are basically using 45% of their OPEX costs for energy, which is significantly higher compared to before. And we believe that this is not a challenge for today. This will be here for now and in years to come. And we as an industry, we need to definitely find a solution to lower the energy consumption overall. And as you said, from a sustainability perspective, we are very happy because 5G as being new technology has been designed with sustainability in mind from day one. So it is definitely more energy efficient. It consumes less power for gigabyte data delivered. And of course, this is great that we basically are making steps towards more sustainable future. However, we still, as you said, seeing that the networks are still consuming more power when they add a new band and new changes on the network. And this is mainly due to the fact that there's still a increased demand on capacity. The operators are still bringing the frequencies to be able to handle the demand. And if we only add to the network without proper modernization and proper design and optimization, then as a result, we are actually consuming more power. So yes, answer to your question, indeed, 5G is more energy efficient compared to previous generations. It is helping to bend the energy curve, but in order to break the curve and to really decrease energy consumption, we need to build the network in a very different way. And we need to look at all the technology elements and all the innovations to ensure that we are really reducing the total energy consumption. And we believe that network modernization and getting the best technologies to the network is crucial to break the energy curve and reduce OPEX.
Mm-hmm. So you just mentioned requirements there. So perhaps we could talk about the drivers of energy consumption. So the new requirements about site capacity and the having a solution to be able to really cope with the demand for the new services. A lot of them require high performance. So how do we control this energy consumption but give sufficient power and optimize the levels?
Yes, no, it's exactly the main issue, right? I mean, today, for rightly so, we are, and CSPs, we are optimizing the network for the worst case. So considering the increasing amount of traffic increase, the network capacity is typically dimensioned for the worst case, which is the busy hour. And it means that most of the time it's actually over dimension and over capacity. And if we are not able to adjust the radio resources towards the demand, which means that we are actually resulting in energy. And that's exactly the reason we are looking into how can we intelligently adapt and avoid any waste. And then CSPs can basically activate all the features and all the solutions in order to both minimize energy consumption, but without impacting the performance. I think this is really the main problem that we are seeing. So how can we avoid this two-dimensional problem of energy minimization, but still deliver the user experience that we need in the network? And I think we will be touching upon a lot of solutions, both on the hardware and software side. But again, the core is to solve this multidimensional problem, align the network capacity and the traffic need, use automation, use AI, and use the latest and greatest generation of our hardware to adapt the technology with innovation and reduce the consumption when you don't need it in the network.
Okay, so kind of to deep dive a little bit more into Ericsson's solutions and strategies at this point. So you mentioned hardware, so it's a good place to start. How is Ericsson helping CSPs in the energy challenge on this front?
Yes. No, I mean, as you said, I think we are definitely looking in both ends. We are looking into hardware and we are looking into software. And I think whole solution and automation together is key for success. If we start from the hardware, I think our basically main, one of the main areas that we are looking into is, of course, our secret sauce, which is Ericsson Silicon, which is definitely our foundation for high-performing radio. And the reason we are basically focusing on tailor-made Ericsson Silicon is that we can bring year-over-year energy consumption reduction in our hardware, both in the radios and on our compute, while bringing more capabilities. So our strategy for hardware is bring more with less. More capacity, more technology, more enablement, but with less power. And the latest, I think that the announcement that we have made, which is our latest RAN compute generation 4, which is designed not only for today, but also for future with the AI capabilities. And basically, if you just compare to the previous generation, it reduced the power consumption by 60% if you look at the capacity dimension is the same. So it's really amazing that we can deliver more and enhanced functionality, and we can still have a significant reduction in the power consumption. And if we basically look at the totality, we actually double the capacity while we are reducing the power consumption effectively by 25%. So this is effective gain. So this is just few areas, and with our continued investment on Ericsson Silicon being the foundation of bringing more energy efficient hardware, radios and compute, and again, future-proof, which means that they enable us to develop AI features, automation features on this compute and on these radios, so we can do more intelligent features on top. But we are, again, doing it for both. And hardware is definitely the key for us to continue pushing the technology boundaries and reducing the energy consumption.
Okay, fantastic. Brilliant to hear about the hardware. And I guess moving to focus on the software now. So obviously software innovation is a huge area. What new technologies are supporting your software innovation just to make the most out of this new hardware you spoke about?
Yes, I mean, from software perspective, I mean, our software innovations are focused building on intelligently managing the resources, ensuring that energy consumption is minimized without compromising the performance or user experience. And this software functionalities will allow CSPs to efficiently scale up and down the network capacity and adapt to the need that they see in their network in a very finest granularity, which means that we are not talking about hours, minutes, we are talking about even microsecond level adaptation of traffic to the need. And I think in that line, we are very happy because we just recently announced our Ericsson Advanced portfolio. And this portfolio includes transformative technologies that enables operators not only for saving energy, but also improving performance and enabling monetization. And these three technologies are AI-powered RAN, which uses artificial intelligence and automation for real time and ensuring that we are making intelligent decisions based on the available data in the RAN. The second technology that we are working a lot on is intent-driven networks, and which will allow operators to simply state their objectives towards the network and let RAN to handle the complex processes and actions in real time and remove that complexity from the operator. And finally, service awareness. And this is extremely important because it will allow CSPs to adapt the different connectivity needs and ensuring that these SLAs are satisfied in real time. And we also have a proof of delivery on satisfaction. And in this portfolio, as I said, is beyond energy efficiency. But since we focus on energy efficiency here, I would like to highlight what are the specific innovations that we are doing in our portfolio, specifically on reducing power consumption. I mean, first of all, we are focusing on energy saving, not in any load scenario, because low load is definitely, we have been talking a lot in our industry. How can we sleep? How deep we can sleep? How efficient we are? But I think that is, we have done. I think we industrialize and we know how to reduce the power during the low load. What are we focusing on is a difficult one, which is how can you save energy at the high load? How can you save energy without impacting the energy consumption during your peak hour? This is definitely one key area. The second one, as I said, is in line with the AI automation and real time. This is the area that we are again focusing on the two-dimensional problem. Operators mostly, sometimes we see that they are a bit hesitant to activate these energy efficiency features because they are worried about the impact on performance. And with again using AI and automation, we ensure that we remove that problem from them and we can help them with a guaranteed experience and solve the energy consumption problem in the RAN. And finally, with the service awareness, which is unique, I think, to Ericsson, which we are very proud of. So our energy efficiency features are so intelligent that they know which users are in the network. They know which are their priorities. And if some users that are requiring consistent experience, consistent latency, consistent connectivity like mission critical, we ensure that there is no impact to these users and we delay any actions if there's a potential problem. And that, I think, capability is blended in our architecture, and we are very happy that we are now bringing these innovations to the market. And specifically, again, to my favorite features, let's say, within this portfolio, I think automated energy saver feature that we are bringing in our 5G Advanced portfolio is definitely one of these flagship features that shows how can a customer put their customized intent in terms of the minimum required user experience, and then the feature takes and orchestrates all the energy efficiency features and find the optimal point on resource allocation to give the performance but still minimize energy consumption. And it's already been tested, and we are very excited about the initial results that we are seeing. The second example is a bit different, which is much more performance focused, but indirectly impacting energy, which is interference sensing, which is another Ericsson innovation with a flagship feature. What this feature does is focusing on capacity improvement and focusing on getting the interference reduction in the high load, increasing the user experience, but at the same time reducing the energy consumption, because it allows the networks to be much more optimized during high load, and bringing higher performance means that you have less time to transmit and more time to sleep. So indirectly giving you the best performance with lower power consumption. So these are just few of many. As you can understand, we are very excited about all the innovation that we are bringing on the software, but overall we see that we are definitely in the right path on bringing innovations on energy efficiency from software side.
Yeah, it's great to hear already that you're making a difference. Quite impressive savings that you've just described. But I guess as we look into the future, how does Ericsson envision the networks of the future and how they will be more sustainable? And do you think CSPs are actually going to follow that path?
Yes, no, I think we definitely agree. I mean, now if I compare, and I have done my PhD on energy efficiency quite a long time ago, and if I just compare that reality to today, I definitely see a much higher interest and attention on both energy efficiency from OpEx perspective, but also for sustainability. Again, our responsibility to our grandchildren. And that definitely makes me very excited and much more hopeful, because we will be focusing on designing these networks and on the future networks to ensure that we really optimize the performance and optimize the energy consumption. And from our solutions, as I said, programmability, delivering high performance, making intent-driven, making easy to operate, including AI in the problem solving, ensuring that you are delivering SLAs so you don't really sacrifice anything from your other capabilities in the networks are key. So that otherwise CSPs will never be able to actively operate these features and operate these functionalities to reduce power. So we cannot allow them, we should not put these problems on them to choose. We need to give them the capability of performance, minimize energy consumption, and still monetize their network. And this is the path that we are on by enabling programmable networks. And I think, as I said, I am also seeing that our customers follow the same approach. They are very committed to sustainability. They are very committed to lowering energy consumption, and they really want to do that without impacting to their user experience. And we believe that the customer are starting this transformative approach and find out what is the best way to start. And if I just give two examples that has been public, but of course there are more. Optus is definitely one of these key CSPs that have been focusing quite a lot on sustainability and monetization and performance. And I think this interference sensing feature that I just give example on, they basically has been definitely in the lead to bring this solution to their network. And we recently basically concluded and announced that basically it improved the performance by 22%, which means that by this simple one innovation, they managed to enhance the connectivity, improve performance, but at the same time, reduce the cost, reduce energy consumption through intelligent automation and energy efficiency features. Similarly, Telstra is mostly focusing on automation. I think these are definitely, they are taking the lead on programmable networks. And they have been in the first one to take our intent-based functionality and try this out. And I will say that they really was amazed by how this type of real-time automation features can help their sustainability goals without compromising the service quality, network performance, and all the different services they want to offer. And in just the first implementation, we have seen that the intent that they wanted to have the network was to ensure that they have 70 megabit per second minimum downlink throughput towards 90% of the users. And we realized that with this world first intent-based feature, that actually achieved the target and at the same time reduce the power consumption by 6.8%. This is again just show the steps towards innovation that basically allow our operators to reach their sustainability targets. So overall, I think I can conclude saying that I think we are in the right path as an industry by focusing on and adding the sustainability in the high-end agenda. And I think we are working very closely with our customers to reduce their environmental impact while securing the user experience and delivering the optimal performance.
Thank you. Fantastic to hear the real-world example of Telstra already using this. So thanks so much for sharing details, both of the the software and hardware innovation, but also how you're completely changing and using new innovation to actually orchestrate the networks. It's been fantastic talking to you today, and I look forward to seeing more energy efficient and sustainable networks in the future.
Thank you very much. It was great to be here.
Thank you.